It's actually going. Fantastic.
All right.
Hey, I'm here with Jeffcoat.
Hey, Kevin, how's it going?
How you doing, sir?
Good.
What's a little bit of background on you, sir? Where are you from?
Originally born and raised in a little small town in South Carolina. Moved to Florida in '86 here in Pensacola. Went back to South Carolina for a few years in the early 2000s, and then come back in 2015 and been here ever since.
Awesome. So, from what I understand, your family owned a bar here.
Yep.
And that's where you kind of started.
Yeah, so my mom and my stepdad, they ended up buying a little small bar here in Pensacola down on T Street. Not the best neighborhood to be in, but yeah, we started there. We ended up bringing a dartboard in the early 90s just to try to bring some more customers in, bring a little more revenue into the bar. Started with a one board, just had some people playing, got the interest going, added a second board, started doing some little blind draws and whatnot, and it just kind of grew from there.
And when you added that second board, some of the players that are still playing today are still, we see them today, like Timbo.
Yeah. And Timbo, Archie Q, Johnny Bush, Archie K. There's a bunch of them.
So your mom and dad's bar kind of started the dart scene around here.
Yeah, I think it kind of rejuvenated it. So I think back in the 80s, there was a fairly big steel tip presence, and that kind of died off. But then the electronic boards started getting popular, in the late 80s, early 90s. And then it just kind of rejuvenated from there.
Fantastic. So they basically created some leagues around here. How many leagues did they have? How many divisions?
So we started out, the first league we did was the men's league that we played on Tuesday nights. We had 3 different divisions, A, B, and C league. There were probably close to 40 bars in the league. Each team consisted of 4 players. Most bars had minimum of 2 teams. Some, the larger bars, they would have, you could do 2 teams per board because you would alternate one home, one away.
Yeah.
So it was a pretty big following. And then we ended up creating a ladies league that played on Thursday nights. That was pretty good size. And then we did a mixed league where we basically combined the 2 to play. And it was so large we had to play on Mondays and Wednesdays.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Huge, man.
Yeah.
So what was your very first big tournament?
So the first big tournament I went to was after I got into playing steel tip after I moved back to South Carolina for a while. There was a tournament that was hosted in Augusta, Georgia called the Augusta Open. And that was my first big weekend-long tournament. And just seeing the full caliber of players that would come in from all around the country and everything.
Yeah.
And you would just look back and watch some of these matches played, and you're like, oh, yeah, I don't stand a chance against these guys.
No, I've been in that. I walked into my first tournament, and I was like, man, these guys are insane. There's something wrong with them.
Yeah.
But I kept going, obviously.
Yeah.
So when you think about it, what big tournament stands out in your mind as like, that's the best one. That's the best tournament I've been in. I did phenomenal.
So probably that one is probably also the largest tournament I've ever been to. Again, around, when I was living in South Carolina, I played a lot of remote soft tip leagues in Augusta. And we played with the PPD, Partners Promoting Darts, and they host their big annual tournament in Kansas City every year called the Tournament of Champions. It's a 5-day tournament. They had over 750 boards at the Kansas City Expo Center that year. This was back in 2013 when I went. And just absolutely massive, thousands of dart players. And that's the first tournament that I actually won an event at. Me and 2 friends of mine, Kelly Tripp and Keith Benefield, we partnered up for mixed trips. And it's a triple elimination event.
You don't see those very often.
No, you don't. But we won our first couple of matches, and then we got, we lost one, went to the losers bracket, played a few more, lost another one, and went to the last chance bracket. And we fought our way back and come all the way back to the finals, and we triple dipped the team that was in the winners bracket the whole time, and ended up winning it.
Winning it all.
Yeah, got the whole big, massive cardboard check and the whole nine yards. Yeah.
I've never seen one of those. So on the flip side of all that, is there a match or was there a time or you were playing where you're just like, I wish I could get this back. I wish I could have that moment back.
So, with that one, I've had a few where I played like really, really well. Um, One that I guess, kind of stands out. So I know a lot of players, especially if they travel a lot, they'll get like what they call a standing partner. So you find that one player that you just kind of click, you throw well with, you get along really good with them, And right now, the partner I have with that is Mikey Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody calls him Palm Tree. And we've done several tournaments together. We traveled to the Bull Shooter in Houston last year. We did okay. There was some issues there going on, but overall we did pretty
I
good.
watched the footage on that one.
Yeah, I still haven't watched the video on that. I refuse to. But that's just me. I don't like watching myself on videos. That's just me. But playing there, we did the pro shoot on Sunday and playing against other pro players. And Mikey's ranked as a pro. I don't have a tour card. I don't have a pro card or anything like that. I'm still amateur. But the first probably 3 or 4 games we played, that we just walked right through them. We didn't struggle at all. We hit what we wanted to hit when we wanted to hit it, and just when you're playing like that, everything just feels right. You're not thinking, you're just throwing. The mechanics are there, and it's just everything is just perfect.
Right.
And then we got to or the first streaming match that we played against Leonard Gates and
Donnie Ram.
Yep. And I played against Donnie Ram still too. Great player. I did get fortunate and beat him once at a tournament in Mississippi, but I was just throwing really, really well, and he was off that day. It happens to all of us. But I think we did pretty good. I think we put up a pretty good fight against Soldier and Donnie. They did end up beating us, but hey, but it's games like that I just, if I could keep that consistency, where everything just feels right and the darts fly right, they fly straight. That's kind of where I want to get to. I want to be able to get that consistency.
Right. We've talked about a match that you played, I think in Augusta, against an unnamed person, and you basically you won a match, you lost a match, you came back, you were winning the match, and then couldn't hit the bullseye.
Yeah. So it was in Savannah actually. It was a steel tip tournament, Savannah Charities, back in, I don't know, 2010, 2011, somewhere in there. Anyway, younger kid, but still a good, solid shot. I won the first leg. He come back and won the second leg, and we were playing cricket singles. And I started out just kind of walking down the board, hitting what I needed to hit, and I got to the bullseyes, and I could not hit that bull. I could not find that bullseye. I kept wiring it. You could hear the tips clicking off the wires. He was killing the bull and started running points. I tried catching up and then taking shots at the bull, and he ended up getting me. And that's just one that's just kind of stuck with me for some reason. I just, that simple little thing to be able to hit 3 bullseyes.
Yeah, I got one.
So
I got one too. I think everybody's got that moment where they're just like, I wish I could have that back.
Yeah.
That just went one time.
Yeah.
So started, when did the AMVETS Post 12 start up? A couple of years ago?
So we've been doing that one for, it's probably been almost 5 years now.
Really?
It's been a while. Yeah. Probably close to that. We just got the notion that, hey, we want to get some darts going. The bar here in Pensacola, we used to do a tournament at Trips Tavern.
Mm-hmm.
The owner, whatever happened, he ended up selling the bar. So we just kind of didn't have anywhere to play darts around Pensacola at the time.
Right.
And we talked with some people down at Post 12, Tim Cruz, and some other people there with the Post Commander, and got everything set up, and we started doing blind draws out there on Saturday nights.
Yeah, that's what we're doing now.
Yeah.
So what do you like about the dart community? So if those of you that don't know, dart players are just like golfers or anybody else. We have this little community. It's like a super secret squirrel society around here. I couldn't find anything, and you're the first person that I came across that did the tournaments, and you were so nice to me and showing me the ropes here in Pensacola. So what's your opinion on that?
So the biggest thing with the dart community here, and it's everywhere. It's not just here in Pensacola. It's all over the place. It's no matter where you go. I mean, every city or whatever has their own little connection, or what we call a dart family is what we call it. And the thing that I like about it the most is we always pull together when somebody needs help.
Right.
We will run a benefit, to help family raise money, whether it be for an illness or a loss in the family or whatever the case is.
Right.
We will pull together. We will do whatever we have to do. We will bring, we'll create raffles. We'll donate stuff to the family or the people in need or whatever. We pull together. We help each other out.
So it's not just somebody going out, every weekend trying to win money. There's a purpose behind this.
Exactly.
And there's some ethics that's involved
right
in it, for sure. Since I've been here, I've been really inviting. We were very inviting.
Yeah.
People are really awesome here.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have anything to add to any of that?
Not really. I mean, I've been playing for 30 plus years, and I just love the game.
So there's going to be a technical side to this, so we'll probably end up going to 12 and doing another recording.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about some of the mental game that you do and how you throw and stuff like that. All right, man?
All right, sounds good.
All right. Thank you, sir.
All right. Take it easy with that arm. All right. I got to get back on board.
And come on down here. Good?
Yeah.
All right, man. So we're here with Jeffcoat yet again. And we're going to talk about some things that you can do, what he looks at in darts. We've been drinking a little. It's okay.
Yeah. That's part
so,
of it.
When you walk into Ambev, most of all, what are you thinking about?
Nothing really. I mean, just like took them up on the Saturday night, for the wine draw that we have over here. Just, I come in, go a little bit warm up, and then just kind of wait and see who shows up. I don't really think about who's here or what time it's going to be. I just wait to see where it's
So, okay, so you get your wine draw partner, and it's somebody that's not all that great.
Okay.
So, what do you think?
Same thing I always think, no matter who I draw for a partner. I'm going to throw my darts, and whatever my partner is, I can't control what I have to partner, but you get my stupid partner. I can't control the people.
Stop. Please. Thank you.
So, anyway, no matter who the partner is, I focus on my game.
Right.
Just do my best to control my darts, see what I can hit, and whatever my partner hits, I work with it.
So let's talk about your throw.
Okay.
So we're going to come over here. Let's set this board up real quick. So it doesn't make a whole lot of noise. So when you're in a big match, what are you thinking about?
Absolutely nothing. Before I walk up to the line, I know what I want to hit before I get there. I run little scenarios, like say if I'm playing 01, for example. Right. A lot of bigger tournaments, it's all football, everything. So, especially when I get down court now, I run little scenarios. So, okay, I know I need to hit this, and this to take it out. Okay, well, if I miss a triple, I hit a single, what does it leave me? And I get all that kind of worked out in my head before I even walk up to the line. And,
That's huge.
And then I throw it. And
That's huge, right?
I just calculate.
And knowing your numbers and going out, that is freaking huge.
Yeah.
Because, you hit something, you're like, oh, what do I need to go out?
Right.
And you're like, oh, jeez. This, and this. You're trying to do math in your head.
Right.
So you've already mapped it out in your head.
Yeah. And it doesn't always work out because, maybe you throw a wild dart and you don't hit anything you even thought about.
Right.
And then you have to kind of stop your group for a second. But other than that, that's it. When I go through a while, I try to just have basically nothing in my head, not thinking about anything. I'm just throwing a dart.
How did you line yourself up?
So I usually
when you throw your darts.
So I usually about a 45-degree angle.
Yeah.
And I just kind of line myself on the board.
Yep.
And
let's take a look at this.
And that's basically it, right?
Is it in your? Is it eyesight?
So I
Do you line it up with your eye or with your shoulder?
So they're just to my eye.
Your eye.
Yeah. So I just when I walk up to the line, I'm just looking. Okay, for me, that's the center of the board. And then I just get my foot on the line and break. And that's it. I don't.
So
I don't try to line up my shoulder. I don't sight down my dart. When I'm getting ready to throw, I just look at the target. The dart is kind of out of my field of vision. I don't even focus on that.
right.
I'm just looking at what I want to hit and just let it go.
It goes right down where you go.
Yeah.
So for advice for anybody that's just trying to line their darts up, what would you suggest to them?
So I would start just kind of line up in the center of the board and just throw a few darts to see how it feels. If you're seeing the majority of your darts going to one side or the other, so say if your darts are majority going to the left side of the board, move to the left a little bit. That's going to force your body to compensate back to the center. Right? And a lot of times that helps you line back up. That's what I found. So if I get, when I'm practicing, if I'm throwing in my usual spot and my darts are off to one side, I'll shift a little bit to the side that I'm missing. And that usually helps me get back in front.
So, what is your favorite double?
Number 16.
Double 16 what?
It's just comfortable. It feels more comfortable going to the left side of the board, and I just like double 16.
You see that one?
Double in and double out. That's my preferred double.
I'll hit this. Perfect. So, what do you think when you're advising everybody else, anybody, on how to throw darts? What's the most important thing you think they need to know?
Well, the most important thing is getting your mechanics down. I mean, it's just the motion of the arm. You'll see a lot of players, even players that have been playing for years.
Yeah.
You'll still see them. They get up there and when they throw, they're like body moves, or they've got their elbow way out and they're kind of almost throwing side body or cross arm. And I'm bad about kicking my elbow out a bit too, even after 30 years of throwing.
Yeah.
But just to keep your arm straight, and the only movement should really be from your elbow to your wrist. That's keep your body as still as possible and always follow through. Because if you short arm an arm, you stop like this, it'll actually jerk the dart during your release and it'll get off.
So I've seen a lot of players do that. They're pinching. But then again, I've seen a lot of players pull their elbow up.
Yeah.
Should the elbow ever go down?
It kind of depends on the person. Everybody's throws unique. I mean, I've seen people that constantly have big that's just the way they'll go short on the arm. They will literally just get up there and just real short burst like that.
Right.
And it works for them. It's consistent. That's
What are your thoughts about the elbow drop?
So for me personally, if the elbow drops, my dart's
Right.
And I've had that happen a lot. My first two darts will be right pretty much where I want them, and then that third dart, I'll just, as I get ready to throw, my elbow drops down, and it goes down.
Yeah, 100%. 100% with you, man. So, do you have any other advice for anybody out there that's, level 1 player until the level 10 player? Got any advice?
Just if it's something you want to do, and no matter if you're having a great day or a bad day, a lot of times bad days you get really frustrated and everything, but especially if you're having a bad day and you're practicing, it's just not hitting, just take a break. Put the darts down, walk away for 30, 45 minutes, an hour, or whatever. Just get it out of your head. Come back and try it again, but don't stop. Keep practicing. Keep throwing. It's going to take time, but just keep throwing. It'll come.
100%, man.
Yeah.
100%. Love you, buddy.
I mean, you too.
My shoulder's messed up right now. Hey, we're going to see you real soon.